Hi, my name's Thomas, aka MrWartburg, and today's topic for the 28th episode of the MrWartburg Show is video games, because they're fucking awesome, right? What happened this week was, of course, E3, and of course today is also Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to everyone else out there, and I'm going home tonight to grill with my dad, maybe watch a Star Trek movie, and then come back and watch Game of Thrones. But like I said, topic of the day, E3. So I'm not going to go into everything about E3 because a lot of shit goes down. You know, it's one of the biggest, if not, well, I think the biggest for announcements anyway, gaming conventions in a given year. It's when the most news is happening in a given time frame with anything regarding video games. All the big players are there, outside of a few, who said they weren't going to be at the convention because it is kind of, slowly dying off. Who knows? It happened before and then it came back bigger than ever. So who knows where that's going? But these are my favorite things that came out of E3 2016. We'll start with Xbox. I'm, primarily an Xbox gamer. Particularly the thing that I love the most was Halo Wars 2, which is getting a 2-day extension on its beta due to high demand. Haven't played a ton of the beta so far. I've got about 3-4 matches in. I'm liking it. It does, it seems very familiar as a Halo Wars, original Halo Wars player. In fact, the only achievement I don't think I got in that game was the General, and one co-op multiplayer thing. And I don't think I'm going to get to General by the time Halo Wars 2 come out, but who knows? Might as well give it a shot, because I'm actually pretty close, I think. But this Project Scorpio looks freaking cool. I cannot wait for that console to come out. I don't know if I'm going to upgrade to the S, which launches in August, as they said. I don't know if they said actually August or September. Another cool thing along with the S is a redesigned controller. So you can customize your own controllers. I've actually designed 4 of them myself. I got an Iowa Hawkeyes, Minnesota Vikings, my MrWartburg Black and Orange, and then the MrWartburg Orange and Black, which I think I'm going to go with the latter for the purchases, but I'm going to put up a picture of all the controller designs I have there. Let me know what you think of them in the comments below. I'm definitely going to be looking to order that after RTX, and they'll ship in September, according to the various news outlets I've seen and Xbox's own announcements. Let's see what else came out of Xbox. Well, I think we'll move on. Other things that were big for me, this might be the year I actually have to get a PS4. I've said for the longest time that if they remastered or re-released Crash or however they do it, I would buy a PS4. And I'm going to have to own up to that now because we're getting Crash 1, 2, and 3, the originals from Naughty Dog, remastered. Activision, Sony got them to the table. They're remastering them. I hope it's one of those $40 collections. So now I'm going to have something to play alongside of the new God of War. Looks pretty damn cool. Of course, you have The Last of Us remastered and the Uncharted collection 1 through 3 and then 4 that'll have to play on the console as well. I'm looking to get that at some point whenever they announce the Crash release date. Don't really care about the Skylanders announcement. I figured that was a shoo-in at some point just because it's one of their biggest properties, even though they're not currently doing anything with it. Other thing out of the PS4 2, Insomniac, people behind the first 3 Spyros, which are some of my favorite games, and Sunset Overdrive, which is a more recent game that I really loved, they're doing a PS4 exclusive Spider-Man. So yet another reason for me to get a PS4. Some other stuff that was new, hang on, I'm going to go check my dock. Oh, and I almost forgot about the kind of biggest thing for me, which, going into it for the games that I'm super pumped to go play. It's probably Mass Effect Andromeda. I loved Mass Effects 1, 2, and 3. Definitely one of my all-time favorite franchises to just sit down and play, and I've replayed 2 and 3 probably, 4 times a piece. And, I've played them on stream recently, so you can actually go watch the playlists if you've never actually played the game, because, oh my god, you need to play that game. It's fucking great. Particularly more 2 than 3, but I think 3 kind of wraps things up with the Shepard trilogy, and I'm really liking where they're going. The new galaxy, new team, untested, you're not a chosen one. I think very interesting for me as a player. I'm curious to see where they go. They didn't really show a lot, which kind of sucked because EA spent a lot of their conference on, FIFA and Madden and their sports titles, which I can't fault them for because that is probably their biggest money earners. I mean, you look at the casual crowd of gamers, most people play Madden and COD, or, some variation of an FPS, and that's the moneymaker for EA, even though it's expensive to produce because you have to, license team names and things like that, but it makes a shitload of money. So I can't really fault them for spending time on that. I'm hopeful at Gamescom, which I believe is in August, by then things will probably be a little further along in the game, and it'll be a less, zeitgeisty type of atmosphere, so they're able to actually show some deeper stuff in the game. That's at least my hope. And as far as the Wii U, Zelda, and everything goes, I don't really care about Nintendo. I haven't for a long time. I grew up playing some of their games, and I'd love to get a Wii U for Mario Kart 8 and then 9 when it eventually comes out in Smash Bros. But that's it. I was never a Zelda guy, and I have a couple on the Game Boy. I think it was Game Boy Color. I think I have some version of that, and maybe I'll eventually play it. But it was just not my type of game, so it didn't really grab me as I know it did a number of my friends. So those are the biggest E3 announcements for myself. What about you? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, hit the like if you're in the mood, and hit subscribe to stay up to date with all my latest videos, and I'll see you next week, where we'll probably be talking about Independence Day Resurgence, and oh my god, it's the Person of Interest Season 5 finale. You're probably going to want to watch me bawl on screen, because oh my god, I'm going to be a wreck. See ya!